Robert Whittaker is back. Maybe Tom's favourite fighter. I'm not too sure. Sometimes I really think he is. He is facing Dricus du Plessis in what Dana White calls a #1 contenders fight. The winner will face Adesanya later in the year in Sydney. Now, Tom, why are they doing this to Dricus? Like, this is a big leap, isn't it? Like, this is, I mean, I know what you're picking already for that fight. Like, I don't even have to do the podcast with you. I know what you're picking. You're going to pick Robert Whittaker to win that fight, like any sensible human being would. Like, this is, and it feels like they're burning off a contender for the sake of Robert Whittaker. Like, it's just weird to me.
I agree. It caught us off guard. People were already actually talking about du Plessis. They were searching in that barren wasteland that you just referred to. That is middleweight for someone to fight Israel Adesanya, and people were starting to mention Dricus du Plessis. The man is on a streak. He does have some fun fights, if not all that technical wins under his belt, and so the echoes go round. Who is the true African champion? Is it du Plessis or is it Adesanya? And then we get this one. So I don't know. I mean, who do you match Whittaker up with? What do you do with this division, Joe? What do you do? I guess I kind of like the fight. It's fun.
Well, this one?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a fun fight. I just... My problem is that it's Robert Whittaker. Like, it's Robert Whittaker. Like, he's not going to beat Robert Whittaker.
Well, he's not going to beat Israel Adesanya, Joe. So.
Yeah, but it's still...
But Whittaker might.
It's still a title. Yeah, he might now. He might, for sure.
In Sydney?
Yeah, that was the thing that gave it away, where I'm like, oh, they think Whittaker's going to win this fight as well. Like, I do find it weird they're not going to New Zealand, though. Why aren't they doing a card there? Adesanya in New Zealand? Surely that would be the thing to do.
Whittaker winning the final fight of the trilogy in front of a home crowd. That sounds pretty delicious, Joe. I mean, yeah, it's a strange fight, but it's a strange division. And actually, what I wanted to discuss with you is a comment we had back on a previous pod from a listener, Jesus Christ. Thank you for this one.
We are blessed with this comment.
We are truly blessed, and he had just got off watching Max Blessed Holloway put the work on Arnold Allen and confirm that he is the #2 guy. A man, unfortunately, who cannot be matched up with the champion in his division ever again, Alexander Volkanovski. And Jesus Christ, he feels like Max will always be the gatekeeper in that division unless Volk was to depart the division. And he holds him in the same breath as Usman to Leon at welterweight,
right?
Rob to Izzy at middleweight, and then Charles to Islam at lightweight.
Oh,
yeah, yes. One of those is not like the other.
Yeah, just the amount of fights against the champ that they've had. The others were Usman, Whittaker, and Holloway. That was it, right?
Yeah.
Would you classify Figueiredo to Moreno as well in that cards?
I mean, I guess you have to. I don't feel like it's close still for me, Figueiredo Moreno.
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe. But then Holloway Volkanovski 3 wasn't close. So maybe you could put it in that same category.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and it's also like, is Rob and Izzy, has it found its conclusion? There is still intrigue there, isn't there?
I don't think so. I don't think so for the most part. I think you mean, maybe from a hardcore perspective, yeah, there could be. It could be the fact that I actually do think Robert Whittaker can beat Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
I do think he has the ability and the skill and the game planning to beat Adesanya. Maybe from a casual perspective, it's not there as much, but then that's a casual fan, so what do we expect?
Well, I feel like here with this fight, the thing that's a bit of a shame is that we're going to Izzy versus Whittaker, potentially, assuming he gets to du Plessis, by default. because of the absence, the absolute dearth of talent at middleweight. Now, Whittaker coming off a run, with Adesanya there in the background, the eventual culmination of Whittaker's career, that would be a great, great fight to make. I think we're a little bit underwhelmed by it because it's quite proximate still to their last fight, and Whittaker, he's been doing what he needs to do in the division. He's been comfortable in holding his position.
If they fought later this year, Whittaker and Adesanya, that's less than 2 years after their last fight, in which, to me, Adesanya won quite a comfortable decision. And the rounds that Whittaker won, it was done in rather unimpressive circumstances, but he still won them regardless.
48.
Having
47.
said that, yes, some people had Whittaker winning the fight, by the way, which I'm sorry, I just don't see at all for that fight. Like, I just don't see a way that he did do that. It's for me, that's just where the handbrake's been pulled. Is that I've seen this fight twice. He got brutally finished the first time, and the second time he lost quite a clear decision, which, yeah, obviously is an improvement of such, but it's not like I've seen something in that fight that makes me think I definitely need to see that again as soon as possible. The issue is the matchmaking at middleweight has been quite bad, to be honest. I think there was a fight that could have been easily set up for Adesanya at middleweight, which is du Plessis. They have been going back and forth, and Adesanya even made a comment today about it. Can I give you the quotes?
Please.
Hold on, let me get this right here. Okay. I know who I see, and I already talked to Dana, try to set up some things. I'm going to fucking take him to school, in the octagon and on history. What he's doing is creating divide. You can't know your history. I've never questioned him as an African because, yeah, you were born in Africa. South Africa. Of course you're an African. I've never questioned that. But who the fuck is this cracker to tell me who the fuck I am? Who the fuck Kamaru Usman is? Who the fuck Francis Ngannou is? I'm like, are you dumb? As a product of colonization, you're trying to tell me who the fuck I am. You can take the boy out of Africa, but you can never take the Africa out of the boy. I never ever did that to him. I never discredited him as an African. Okay, there you are. Cool. You want to make a fight? Cool. But the fact is a fucking cracker to tell me who the fuck I am, that pissed me off. And that's why he's my next fight. I don't want to fight anyone else. This one pisses me off. Make the fight!
Yeah, there's some heat on that.
There is. Sure. Oh my God, is there heat on that? Like, that's the promo.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, though, like, I don't want there to be... I just don't want
racial overtones.
I don't want a race element. People go like, "Oh, that'd be amazing in terms of." No, I don't want that because we see the dregs of society in MMA comments as is. It's as we've said before, probably the most right-wing sport.
Jesus Christ, not included.
Jesus, mate. You're a good man. You've given us a great comment that has taken us down a road that we weren't really expecting. Is there anything else on that comment you wanted to pick up on? Is there something about the frequency of the fights, perhaps, that maybe needs to be debated?
Well, I just wondered if it was accurate. Are they in the same position, these divisions? I feel like Rob and Izzy, and then Vulcan and Holloway, they're similar pitch. Other than that, featherweight, it does have some potential up and comers that might disrupt that kind of 1-2 status.
Yeah, you've got Yair.
No.
Arnold, Ilya.
No.
Oh.
No, okay, sorry.
Mofsar. Like, those are the four that I'm like...
Well, Arnold's been sent way back, Joe. He hasn't. He's been shown.
We discussed this. Hold on. We discussed this on the last pod. I think losing to Whittaker and losing to Holloway, that does the same thing to you, which is you're still a fight away. You're a fight away.
Joe, do you think Jared Cannonier should fight Adesanya again?
God, no.
Should he fight Whittaker again?
No, God, no.
So the divisions are not in the same place, is what I'm saying. At featherweight, you've got Evloev, you've got Ilia Topuria, you've got men who.
So what? They just avoid that path.
Max Holloway.
Yeah.
No, because I think they could potentially upset Holloway. This is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, but why risk it though?
I'm not seeing anybody at middleweight who upsets Whittaker. So I feel like Whittaker's almost even more cemented in that.
Wait, you think Topuria can beat Holloway?
I think there's more of an open question than whether Du Plessis can beat Whittaker, is what I'm saying. I think you'll grant that.
That's fair. I'll grant you that for sure. I'll grant you that. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay, but out of those, out of Whittaker, Usman, Holloway, Oliveira, who do you think's the most beatable then?
Oliveira.
Just because he just wades in and he gets knocked down every fight, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how fast this sport can turn. Yeah. It's amazing. I do not feel like he's cemented as the number 2 at lightweight. You made an audible gasp when I put him in the same bracket.
No, he's not. I mean, we know the number 2 at the division is Dariush, and he's getting screwed out of a title fight. He even said as much in quotes the other day where, he had his fight pushed back against Oliveira, and he said the UFC told him that Dustin's the next one for the title.
But he since says he's been in touch with the UFC, and he says now that he's been promised the title fight, even if the Oliveira fight doesn't happen. He's been back on the mic saying that, so he obviously ruffled some feathers. Now, look, Joe, if the Oliveira fight does happen, don't give the game away. Just say one name, Oliveira or Dariush. I don't want to hear. Now? I don't want to hear anymore. Just where are you leaning right now? Dariush, and me too. So I think we can put that to one side. That is not in the same kind of category.
No. Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
As
yeah, because if I said to you Bilal Muhammad versus Kamaru Usman, who are you picking?
I think I'm picking Kamaru. I mean, yeah. I think, but yeah, Usman, he's also not in that same position as the solid number 2 who can never beat Leon, or who will necessarily get to fight Leon again because he dusts off everyone else. We're not so sure anymore.
I think age is an interesting one with these guys, isn't it? Because, Whittaker and Holloway are really at their peaks. Like, if you just look at age-wise, they should be at their peaks. I mean, numbers-wise, Max should be at the end of his career, but he's not. Even though, there is an argument to be made that he's maybe shown signs of slowing down in that Arnold fight, perhaps. I heard a really good argument for it. I will shout them out on the Heavy Hands podcast. They did make a good point about that. I think there is something to be said there.
Joe, you're provoking me. You were right at the end of the pod and you're poking at me. Holloway comprehensively beat Arnold Allen. Accept it. Embrace it.
No. He beat Arnold Allen.
He's much better than Arnold Allen.
He beat Arnold Allen.
He's much better than Arnold Allen. He's one of the greatest featherweights of all time. Arnold Allen is not. And and probably won't ever enter that conversation.
Right now, they're not that far apart.
Wow.
They're not that far apart.
You blow them up. It was so comfortable. Holloway had extra gears to go to.
It was one round difference. It was a 1 round difference.
Joe.
It's true, though.
Please, Joe.
It's 1 round difference. It was a 1 round difference. That's all it was between those two. Listen, man, you got to get... You've just said, by the way, he's one of the greatest featherweights of all time. I might pick Ilia Topuria to beat him, and that's a direct quote from you, right?
I'm saying, because I don't know how good Topuria is yet. I know how good Allen is right now, and he's well, not much worse, but he's certainly worse than Max, and Max showed that.
Interesting.
I feel like this is a discussion we'll return to at a later date.
It will always evolve and change. Like, these guys are always going to be there. Now, the question is, what does Adesanya do, Tom? And it's the light heavyweight title, right? That's what he's going to go for. No, it must be, no? Because they're not going to do Pereira again.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to have something in mind for him, having scooped away the only possible matchup you can give him. I mean, is there? Is there someone at middleweight? I can't think of who it could be. I mean, Joe, no, there isn't. There really isn't. There is not a fight you can make in the entire rankings. In the entire rankings. But Hamzat, yes.
What about this? What about Leon?
Leon going up to middleweight to fight him.
Yeah,
presumably. I don't think Adesanya's getting down to welterweight.
No, he'll have to kill himself to get to welterweight. No, yeah, Leon moving up to middleweight.
It would be a big surprise. It would be a big surprise. I would prefer for Leon to stay and just get his name in the history books down there at welterweight. Take the chalice and run with it, my boy.
Now, let's...
Yeah. Adesanya at light heavyweight. All right. Just get one fight in there if it's not for the belt. Although Jamahal Hill is a pretty nice one for him to step into.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if he wants to get that title, that's the best time to do it because, Prohashka's going to be taking that back later this year, if not him. And would you favour Izzy over Prohashka?
I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm all about this show. Adesanya, you basically cleared out the middleweight division. Whittaker...
What do you mean? But he has.
Yeah, I mean, we can't find the matchup in the top 15.
All right, let me ask you this. Marvin Vettori, let's say he faces Jared Cannonier. We're doing Vettori Adesanya 3?
Don't shoot me now. No, give Whittaker the belt back. Adesanya goes up. Makes light heavyweight great, and it already is in relative terms. Gives middleweight a bit of chance for growth. Like when you cut down the big tree in the forest and it lets the little saplings get some sun.
No.
Let's do that at middleweight. Let's send Adesanya up to light heavyweight. He can fight Pereira again.
So what about this? Adesanya wins the title at light heavy. He defends the middleweight title once more against Khamzat Chimaev. After he beats Paulo Costa.
But wait, Whittaker at this point he's beaten. He's got to fight, hasn't he? Got to fight for the belt if he beats Duplessis.
Nah, fuck him off. And then once
sacrilege.
Unless, what about this? Adesanya moves up, vacates the title. Whittaker versus Khamzat in Sydney for the middleweight title. Oh yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that's the one right there. We nailed it.